大家好, welcome to Chinese Radical Lesson 10. Improve your Chinese reading with Crazy 老师. And please leave me lots of comments. I need a lot of encouragement lately in order to keep updating my videos. So please do, okay? So, 现在 let's go through the first step, that is to review, okay? Review lesson 9. You can find the past videos in this whole playlist, okay? So 我们一起复习. Please match the words to their meaning, okay? And especially, please do use the radical information to guess, okay? So we have a few words here. Well, you can pause so you can look what radicals they all have and then make your choices. Now I will dive into the answers, okay? In the first one, 逃跑. I don't know if you recognize this one. 走之旁. And this one, 足. Okay? So what do they mean? 足是your foot, right? So we said a lot of your foot, leg actions. And then this 走之旁 is also a walking movement radical. So we know this is some kind of movement, leg action. So we can go through the answers. Is it sneaky? Is it to escape? Or is it shirt? So it looks like, okay, is to escape. All right. And then the second one, they have the same radical. So this radical here, do you know which radical it is? Because the original form looks slightly different from the radical form. So this is the clothing radical. So which one is a clothes in these three options? Oh, it's the last one, shirt. So that's 衬衫, 衬衫. Or you may already know 衬衫, right? But you can also observe in many other clothing items, you're going to see the E radical, okay? And the last one, we also have something in common. They have exact same. So what is this? You may not even remember, but you do see this quite often. So this is the 犬, okay? The dog radical. So it's like, so is it a dog? It could be a dog related, or animals, or the traits of animals. So in this case, it's probably the traits of, let's say, a fox or something, right? So it's sneaky, 狡猾, 狡猾. Did you get it all right? Okay, now let's continue to the new radicals we're going to learn today. So 我们一起学习偏旁部首28到30。我们有我们的目。好，目是 eyes, but we don't use this word for eyes today, okay? So in modern Mandarin, you say 眼睛, like 我的眼睛, okay? But look at 眼睛, you're still gonna see the eyes, 目, on the left side, right? It becomes smaller. And 刀是什么？是一个 knife. 还有我们的 last one is the trickiest one, okay? It's E, means city, but again, it's a classical word, so we're gonna use 城市 to mean city today, okay? So we're going to see some words, well, that just came to my mind when I was making this courseware, okay? So 目, I'm thinking about 四只眼. And it turns out, I guess in English Chinese, we all have this expression for people who wear glasses like me, okay? So 你们的老师 crazy 是四只眼 四只眼. You can use these words to joke with your friends, but don't use this with strangers because usually it's a little bit insulting. Means 他是四只眼. 好，我们再看一个 related to the radicals is 瑞士军刀瑞士军刀 That just means the Swiss Army knife. OK， 好，那现在我们往下看 ，We're gonna go see the history, the examples, and everything to help you remember the radicals and to master a lot of vocabulary. Okay, it helps you to read. So the first one here we got 木 eyes, right? The application for you is if you say 木 in a word, it is things related to your eyes. Makes sense, right? So let's look at the ancient form. Okay, thousands of years ago, it looks like this. Looks like what? Yes, just your eye, one eye. Okay, so and then the radical form. Oh, easy. It's the same as the character, so it just look like this. But of course, depending on the location in a character, it could be, more square, more squished, more fat. So now, how do you say it? This radical is okay, easy too. 木字旁木字旁. Let's look at the examples. The first one, 眉毛眉毛. 好，那看看你的眉毛. It's very important to look at it. Like why this mu is not on the side. That is because you have the eyebrow part, right? And then you have your eyes. So that's why you see the structure of the character is also the same. You have something on top, and then the mu is at the bottom. So that's the 眉毛 好，然后 another example is 盼望盼望。那盼望这里是 look forward to. I know it's not even related to your eyes anymore, but just imagine you're looking forward to something, how your eyes are looking, okay? So that's why in 盼望, okay, you also got the 目 盼 on the left side, okay? 盼。那最后一个 is a common word, you probably mastered it already, is 看看见。Now in 看 actually, I might have mentioned it when we were learning the hand radical, because in 看, basically you have the hand. Let me write it like really big so you see. I know lately can't write on my screen. So I told you. Okay, let's try again. And there, that's your hand. Okay, so your hand on your eyes, that's to look. 看 so you got 看见 there. Okay, and also sorry, 看见 should be to see. So let me just change that. 看 by itself is to look, but 看见 is when you actually see something. Okay, 好，所以这是我们的目very straightforward, relate to eyes. And now let's see last idiom about 目 So we have 目中无人. Oh, this is the direct translation. In the middle of your eye, you see nobody. So this just means someone who is very arrogant and egoistic. Yeah. Okay. So that's why in their eyes, they say nobody. Okay. They only see themselves. So if you know somebody like that, you can say, like 他目中无人. Okay. 好。有问题吗？有问题请给 Crazy 留言吧。现在我们继续看，我们下一个是我们的刀，我们说过了是 knife, right? So this of course related to knives and the qualities of knife. Okay, so look at this. What is this thing? It looks like a little person. Okay, but let me do some magic. And then you're gonna see it indeed looks like a knife. Okay. So there you go. You got a knife like that. Okay. So 这是我们的刀刀. And then it's like, what is this? Well, it's just a variation. So sometimes you do see 刀 appear as this, but oftentimes this is the form you're gonna see. And they call this 立刀旁, a standing knife that stand on the side. Okay. So this is your 立刀旁立刀旁. Now, what word do we have? So 分手. You know 手 as hand. So why 分手 become break up? Because 分 is a word to mean to divide. Okay, so actually the ba already means to divide, but then you also use a knife to cut it. Okay, so now we're no longer hand by hand. We break up. 分手. And the second one is more closer to the style, right? You see the style here? So 切派 so 切 is to cut, but cut with a knife. Okay, so if you cut with a scissor, it's not 切 anymore. It's what? If you know, put your answer in the comment. 好，然后再看最后一个就是 the quality of knives, right? So 刀痕锋利锋利。Now look at the 利 you have the 刀 right? The 利刀旁. But also what do you see? I've learned this in the past lesson. Anyone else? Okay, that's our 金 for metals, right? So again, you have a knife that's probably made of metal and that is very sharp. Okay, so that is our 刀. And now let's come to the idioms of 刀. 刀子嘴豆腐心. Now I want you to use your imaginations. What does this expression mean? 刀子嘴豆腐心. This is one way I love learning languages, how they use different ways to express ideas. Okay, so I would say my mom is like 刀子嘴, have a sharp mouth, say all those words that hurt me. But actually she has a 豆腐心, a tofu heart, a very soft heart, right? So she has good intentions. So I don't know if you know a person like this who actually cares about you, but always use some harshy words. So that kind of person, you can say, 他刀子嘴豆腐心. So don't get so angry. Last one is 义. 我们说的是 city and also the most complicated one. Okay, so this is a city. I think it's maybe you have a person here, and then a person is, you have to stay in this square place, right? That is a city. 好, now look at the radical form. You must be like, what? Yeah, but anyway, they do look very different. And here is a warning, okay? Now look. So this is how you write it, okay? And it's called 右耳旁. Well, most of the characters, you call them by their name, right? But this one, you call them by the way it looks like. It looks like your ears. Also your right ear. Okay, so that's why it's called right ear radical. Okay, so 这是我们的 E radical. But now, please do remember, this symbol actually represent two very different meaning radicals. Okay, so in this lesson, we're just going to learn when you see this 右耳旁 on the right side of a character. Okay, in the future, we will cover what does it mean when it's on the left side. Okay, so on the right side, it's related to city, of course. Now let's see the examples. So we have first one, 首都. 首都. Now notice I said this is a capital of a country. If you have a capital of a province of a state, it will be a different word. Okay, if you know it, feel free to share it. So now we know 首都. 中国的首都在哪里? 好，然后我们再看一个就是郊区郊区. So 我们有一个 city 城市very close to the city. Then we have the 郊区郊区. And the last one, you may hear it as an expression, okay, to describe China or Chinese civilization. So 礼仪之邦 礼仪之邦. This countries of rituals, okay. If you go back, to all the histories and stuff, okay. So sometimes we're proud of the history. So say, 中国是礼仪之邦中国是礼仪之邦. So the 邦 in this case, it is country, okay. But nowadays, how do you say country? It's totally different word, right? Okay, 好. So that's why in this lesson, you're going to see the present and the history of Chinese characters. So if you like this lesson, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and let more people make improvements in their Chinese reading. Well, let's continue. So here are the idioms related to E. As I said, E is no longer, well, not common words used at all, right? So we were going to use something with 城, 城. So we have 城里人 and 农村人. In the United States, people talk about racism, right? But in China, people are well, often divided into two groups. So you have 城里人, the city people. And then you have 农村人, that's the village people, like me, right? And then, of course, you're going to have, stereotypes of, 农村人 being less educated and lower. So when I go to, a city to study, people may laugh at me. It's like, oh, 你是农村人. But I think now people are more, open, right? But the reality is actually, if you go back to 3 generations, you're going to find almost everybody is coming from 农村. Okay, that's all for this lesson. If you would like to do the exercises and have this courseware, you can buy me a coffee or visit crazylaoshi.com to find out how to join my membership and get the courseware. Do let me know if you have any questions, okay? And I will see you in next lesson.